Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build video. And today I'm going to be creating this art studio also connected to a house, because we have the art studio kit now out. And now, you guys know, I'm not the biggest fan of kits. I'm not going to be someone who's going to be jumping on the bludge to go and get a kit, because I'm not necessarily someone that has a lot of expendable income to go towards in a kit. But this time around, I was like, you know what, let me go and get a kit, because it's been a second and I've been wanting to have a lot more in-game content, and I'm just working my way up to the next sale that I could potentially get Jungle Adventures and get Outdoor Retreat and just kind of have all the game packs, expansions, and like some kits, not a lot of kits, and definitely not a lot of stuff packs, but I really want to make sure I get all the game packs and on all the expansion packs. But yeah, I saw that I didn't really pay too much attention to like the actual relaunch of this kit either. I wasn't really like looking towards it too much. I just knew that we were going to get one from the update, the patch list we were given, and the update we got yesterday. So I was just like, I know that we're getting it. So I was like, you know what, let me look into it, because it's been a second since I've got any in-game content. I'm normally just CC shopping, and I saw it and I was like, you know what, I'm a very artistic person, hence the building. And I was just like, you know what, I like it. I kind of like it. I want to diversify my builds. And I feel like that's the problem I've had at the moment. I've been like stuck in such a tandem of just doing the same kind of builds. So of course I was going to get bored with them. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, what should I get? Should I get a nursery? I don't really do that many family gameplay content for myself. Like, I normally just age everyone into a child and keep it separate, not that to constantly having to take care of it. But toddlers are so cute. They are so cute, and infants are adorable, but I can't, I just can't, because I'm taking care of my sim as well as the kid, and that's really difficult for me to do. I'd rather be able to take care of a sim bit by bit. So that's why I like play with children in the game, because I'm able to just have them play like I play through them, and I'm able to play through a teenager, through an adult, and then through elder, so and so, but I can't play through an infant or a toddler because it's very difficult, because they need to be taken care of by a sim that I'm also playing through. So I was like, you know what, so since that's not going to work out, why don't I just get the artist one? Because like I said before, I'm a bit of creative. I like that kind of thing. So it might be a little bit interesting to do that. And I got it, and it inspired me to do all different types of gameplay that I wouldn't normally do. Not types of gameplay necessarily, but do different types of interior design and architecture. I don't know why, but as soon as I was like, did I put the cards down without showing you guys? Did I just do the entirety of the book without showing you guys? I hope I didn't. But again, I did build some of it last night and the rest of it this morning, so I may have. And the problem is with my game is that my game is on an SD. So the thing is that the SD is not entirely perfect anymore. It glitches in, glitches out. So occasionally my game does just shut down because the SD has like been nudged a little bit, so it's not really working properly. So I don't necessarily, it only runs properly if you continue running the laptop, continue running it over and over and over. But as soon as you switch the laptop off or restart the laptop, then it starts glitching out on initial again. So I didn't want to switch off the laptop, but if I don't switch off the laptop, it likes to act like I have 500 megabytes free out of 250 gigabytes, which I don't. I know I have more. So I had to force myself this morning to restart it so I can get some gigabytes back so I can actually record my building. So I ended up finding I do have 10 gigabytes free. It's not a lot compared to the, 250, but I fear getting rid of some of my essays, because I fear one day someone contacting me from a university, though I've graduated, it's been over a year now, but I fear someone from my university contacting me and say, can we just have this one essay, this one assignment, just to make sure that it's correct? And I know I could potentially put it on a hard drive. I have multiple of them because I do edit films, and films normally take up a lot of gigabytes, especially if they're high-end quality. Like we had a 6K camera during university, so that would take up like 5 minutes would take up like 50 gigabytes of data, and that's something I couldn't have on my actual core internal memory of my laptop, so it was always on the hard drive. So I've got plenty, and I could potentially put all my assignments and uni stuff there, but I like also to organize stuff, so I rather have all my uni stuff on another hard drive. But to buy the other hard drives are getting expensive, guys. So I was just like, you know what, I'll just leave it as it is. And yeah, so anyway, to stop talking about hard drives, to start talking about a game and start start talking about anything, let's talk about the actual build. I downloaded the artist one, and it would allowed me to be a bit more creative when it came to my build style. So normally I just kind of do very neutral colors and everything like that. And there is an element of neutrality in this build. But originally I was thinking of doing it more Slavic and doing it more minimalistic and stuff like that. And I was going to do quite like minimalism, very Dream Home Decorator X Artist Pack. That's what I was originally thinking about. So you can see that in the exterior. But as I was going into it and I was thinking the type of sim I'm going to have this game, this sim, especially with the kind of stuff we got for the artist collection kit, it wasn't like clean. It wasn't like clean aesthetic. I feel like I could do a clean aesthetic for an artist, but I was like, no, I wanted originally to do like a rich artist, so like maybe a nepo baby, like that's what I was originally thinking. And I do think the sim I've created in the end is a nepo baby, but a nepo baby in the more contemporary colorful side rather than contemporary minimal side. I'm struggling to think of all the nepo babies I know, but I'm mostly thinking about, if you look on social media and stuff like that and you spot someone who's young, living lavish, living rich, and you've got like info they're a nepo baby in London, this is the style I'm going for. Because in London, they normally have like those nice London apartments, and they normally have bits of color going through the apartment, brick walls, that kind of vibe. But they still have like kind of a cleanness to it, but it's got a hint of like eccentricness compared to maybe nepo babies in New York, which will have the more American styled cleanness, where it's very, very clean, like very, very clean girl, rather than, I would say, nepo babies in London and the UK have this cleanness. Like you will get like those kind of like, and I'm talking about nepo babies, I'm not talking about aristocrats. Like aristocrats is a whole different ballpark. I'm talking about their parents probably got rich, or the grandfathers probably got rich. No, the parents got rich, because if the grandfathers got rich, they're going to lean towards more aristocrat, which is more manners and very more clean kind of style, and very more like Sophia Richie kind of style, rather than the style I'm talking about, which is probably the parents got rich, and then parents or parent got rich, and then they're now living very lavish in London, which is like good for them. Because isn't that not the end goal for all of us, to be so well off in our lives that our children don't need to worry about those things? So now they're enjoying like the 20s, which I think should be an opportunity anyone should have, but they're enjoying the 20s within London, and they have the kind of like brick apartment, and they've kind of got that aesthetic. It's like they've got the aesthetic that you would expect that if everyone was equally paid the amount that they were owed, and everyone was able to have a life like this is the aesthetic they have. It's not an abundance of wealth. It's not even showing what, like a lot of them would probably even shop at like thrift stores, like that kind of thing. Not even thrift stores, vintage shops, because this is the whole debate of, if you've got money, don't shop at a thrift store / charity shop, because that's actually for people who don't have that kind of money. Shop at like a vintage shop where it would be like thrifted like jackets, like Levi jackets or something like that, and they cost £50 instead of putting them in like how am I saying this? Because I'm borderline getting a little bit serious with this, but it's like, don't shop at thrift stores or charity shop if you have like excess abundance of wealth, like again nepo baby kind of status kind of wealth, because in that way then you can shop at like halls, like vintage halls, like what we used to have at university. We had vintage halls, which was like a shirt for £80. It's a used shirt, but it's also a branded shirt, and that was £80. And if you want to save the environment, do it through that way, because then in the charity shops, people who don't have as much money to spend £80 on a shirt can go and use it that way. Anyway, let's go off that topic, but yeah. These are the type of people that would shop at like the vintage places, like those kind of halls, and get those China jackets and stuff like that. They're very eco-friendly, eco-conscious and stuff like that. But they've also got this really wild, creative side of them. And that's the type of sim I was thinking. I was thinking that accurately named Vivian was that type of person. Like her parents were very fabulously rich, but she decided to move out into Glimmerbrook, which I am so upset that I've only ever thought of Glimmerbrook as this supernatural place, because obviously, yeah, it came with Realm of Magic and it's only got 4 lots. But as I was playing with it, I forgot how beautiful Glimmerbrook is, and yeah, I'm actually going to zap out the supernaturalness in it, and I'm just going to create it as a normal residential area, because it is so so pretty. Like it is, I just love how every single road just leads up to these places and these houses, and I've just got such a wild imagination of what I can take there, what kind of residentials I could make there. Like it honestly is just the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen, and I'm really upset I don't use it as often. So I'm thinking of building a lot more in Glimmerbrook. Maybe not necessarily supernatural, but you never know, my mind changes. Tomorrow I could decide something different. I mean, yesterday I made a pink house. The day before I made a villa. You never know what tomorrow could bring. Tomorrow could end up bringing you like a shipyard house. Like it, well, not tomorrow, because I'm not trying to pressure myself with when I upload. I just upload when I've got the vibes. But what I was going to say, yeah, the sim Vivian. I imagine that Vivian may have lived in San Myshuno with their parents, but then she decided to move to Glimmerbrook to kind of get away from it all and explore her artistic side and see the sights and everything like that. And when I saw the artistic kid, I just knew, in my heart, we need to have great lights in here. Originally, I was going to put it in Willow Creek or New Crest, but every single time I went into it, and I started doing like a house and I placed some windows. I was like, this lighting ain't it. I need to have that lighting, that really crisp kind of lighting, because as the art room, the art studio itself, I imagined it to be very well lit, because you would want to during the day not have any lights on, not to hinder the project, not to hinder the colors, to be very quite true to a lot of older artists out there in the world who only had reliance of candlelight and lamp lights and then daylight. And it's also why in the artist's studio itself there is only lamp lights. There's no studio light, there's no headlight or anything like that, because I wanted Vivian to be not just artistic in a sense of, oh, I'm just going to try and be cool and different. No, Vivian generally adores art. And what really helped with the studio as well was that we had those pieces from Lovestruck, those really beautiful art pieces from Lovestruck that really captured the vision that Vivian likes. So then that compared to the very contemporary, very red house that comes alongside of it, it really goes, it kind of feels very almost early 2000s, especially with her red glasses and everything. But I just wanted it to almost seem like it's like almost like an early 2000s artist dream. And then as you can see in the front, there was almost like a reception area, because I do imagine that Vivian does sell her art because she is also trying to just generate her own income and stuff like that. And I feel like Vivian would be the coolest person to hang out with, because you get to go to a house, which is a cool, funky style, which I'm most definitely going to start using color a lot more in my builds, or just exploring different types of styles, because this basic neutral kind of thing is not exploring my mind in terms of creativity. This was just generally such a fun build to make. And yeah, I feel like I've left so many points unfinished, but I don't know. I'm just so interested in the story behind this build, and I'm really, really happy with how it turned out and how it looks and everything. And I hope you guys enjoy it so much. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, but if you don't, that's also okay. I appreciate you staying this long and listening to all of my rambling. Also, don't forget to leave a comment down below. I read all of your comments, the more the merrier, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.